Hello, friends. I'm speaking today to share a discovery I made that is radical, that you are very likely to dismiss or not believe, and it might freak you out. And then maybe some of you already figured it out. I don't know. Just want you to know it's the most explosive, hard-won insight that I've ever had. And it deals with the identity, the true identity of the devil. I've been thinking about it. We've got 4 stages we go through dealing with this devil character. Stage 1 is he's sort of a mythical creature that battles God, and we better do what God says or the devil's going to get us. There's some truth to that, but it's missing a big piece of the puzzle, which is that the God that we're to obey is actually, as I understand it now, our true self. And it's not about obedience to some higher authority God. It's about finding the light of love within and standing for it fully so that the devil can't get us. So following the rules from commandments on high in order to be safe is an unfortunate interpretation. Most people, or a lot of people, tend to grow past that at some point. A lot of them go to the stage where I was most of my life, which is to say, it's just a story. There is no real devil. And evil is not ultimately real. It's often called moral relativism, secular humanism, or atheism, agnosticism, but basically denying the existence of the devil. I was there for a long time until 2014 when this Discovery the Voice Code map that I used to clear out my unconscious basically helped me cycle right through where I met the most grisly, terrifying devil character ever. And the minute I saw it, I was like, I don't deserve to live. And I passed out. I went to the white light where I met Jesus, who I didn't really believe in, not in a typical sense. And I believed in him then. He's my best friend forever. He was waiting there for me after I met that character. Now, what he helped me see was that the devil, or Antichrist, was half of myself that I put in shadow when I came here. And that we all do that. We reach a certain phase where we're ready to meet it, and then we choose again. We don't remember the choice to create that part, to split ourselves and come here. But when we meet that within, it's actually a good sign. It's a sign that we're ready to choose again, to own that choice, and now put that power in the service of the light, which is what I've done over the past 10 years. But it wasn't easy. It's been a helpful challenge because what I've had to do is really own those, quote, devil powers within and put them in service of the light. Not just saying that, but actually doing that. Well, I reached, as some of you might have heard in a prior video, a startling 4th stage of my understanding of the devil, which I never expected just this week. And finally, after about 5 months of intense journey, trying to escape some of the corruption that was trying to incarcerate me, exposing that, I came face to face with the ringleader of the karmic factions who had come against me. And I always assumed, the devil in some abstract sense was there. But I never realized the devil's an actual person. These karmics being led by an actual person that you know. This person is perfectly hidden in the most obvious, wicked disguise. Because it's not a wicked disguise. The devil is disguised as a man of light. He plays a sacred role, so they say, in this hierarchy. He's the number 1 spot, a representative of God, draped usually in white. And there's a lot of pomp and circumstance. And he cycles through different people from time to time. When one of them dies, another one takes his place so that the role can remain sacred and on high. And everybody does what this person says who believes in what he preaches and in that institution. It's an institution that is all around us. An institution that many good people who are very sincere and devout give their lives to in good faith. And I believe that's exactly the only kind of role that any true devil could have. It would have to be someone who represents God. Someone who seems holier than thou. Someone who seems pure. Who represents a God who sets rules and who doesn't let people know that he lives within them too. A God who believes in sin. A God representing an institution that is known for its excesses with pedophiles as priests, and known for swiping them under the carpet, yet they keep recurring. So ultimately, this would be a holy institution with a highly respected leader who would have to have the devil's power, and so would be the biggest institution of this sort in the world. And yet it would be an institution which is constantly plagued with stories of corruption due to pedophilia, the abuse of children, and such, that it never takes accountability for and brushes under the rug while pretending to be holy. It would be a leader who pretends to be like God, but who secretly leads the wickedness of things like sex trafficking worldwide, and who was behind the choice to keep me down so that I would never fulfill my function, which I just found out is ultimately to expose him as the devil. So, if you haven't already figured it out, and you can believe it or not, and just know the magic that the devil wields makes us forget, because it's a shocking thing to really digest. But I'm called to deliver it, point blank. I finally met the devil. And yes, he is an abstract entity, but he has nothing to do with God, although he pretends to be. That devil is the Pope. He is the physical embodiment of evil. And he's pissed off right now, sending everything he can at me. And when I've exposed him before to his followers in private, kindly, they didn't get it. Because it's a hard thing to digest, especially if you're of that faith. And if you are, just know your love of God is real, and nothing sacred has been taken from you. The only thing the devil can take is our naivety. He takes only through illusion. Your soul is real, your love of God is real. What's not real is that you need a middleman or rules to access him. It's humbling. But I'm called to expose the Pope now, and to keep speaking this until people get it. Because so long as the greatest holy man on earth is actually the devil, this world will still be plagued by hypocrisy, corruption, and the sacrifice of children, and the denial that all this is happening, and deep wickedness as we mask it with false smiles, and go to church to pay our penance, as if guilt were real and there were no escape. Oh, there's an escape. The truth sets us free. First, it shows us our illusions. Completely honor your right to disagree, is what I'm saying. And I trust in your ability to sense that I'm not just whistling Dixie. There are things I would rather talk about that would be far more fun. But this is the one thing to which I'm fully called. And I sat with indecision for a few days before I followed that call, to just say it point blank. My journey with the devil is complete because I met him. And in form, he's the one they call the Pope. And he's the most wicked man you could ever imagine. But he's very powerful in his magic, because they've weaved it through all agencies for a very long time. No lightweight. But the light will now, through me or anyone else, hopefully you who get this too, the light will and is now exposing him, so that true God can reign on this earth again and bring to us the freedom, joy, and dominion that is our divine inheritance. Thank you for listening. God bless you.